Hey everybody, welcome back. Sikodin here. I hope you guys are ready for some more action-packed dream sequences. Very spooky stuff. Who knows what's going to happen? Last time we left off, the figure in the bed was starting to take a shape from the looks of it. So definitely get your popcorn ready and let's keep going. So let's without further ado, let's do this. Silence prevailed, all but for the perverted breath of my as yet unseen bunkmate. I lay there terrified. I just wanted this thing to go, to leave me alone. What did it want? Then something unmistakably chilling transpired. It moved. It moved in a way different from before. Then it threw itself around in the bottom bunk, it seemed. Unrestrained, without purpose, almost animalistic. For that thing lying there in the darkness, that thing which seemed intent on terrorizing a young boy, calmly and nonchalantly sat up. Its labored breathing had become louder. Now only a mattress and a few flimsy wooden slats separated my body from the unearthly breath below. I lay there, my eyes filled with tears, a fear which mere words cannot relate to you or anyone else coursed through my veins. I would not have believed that this fear could have been heightened, but I was so wrong. I imagined what this thing would look like, sitting there listening from below my mattress, hoping to catch the slightest hint that I was awake. Imagination then turned to an unnerving reality. It began to touch the wooden slats which my mattress sat on. It seemed to caress them carefully, running what I imagined to be fingers and hands across the surface of the wood. Then, with great force, it prodded angrily between two slats into the mattress. Even through the padding, it felt as though someone had viciously stuck their fingers into my side. I let out an almighty cry, and the wheezing, shaking, and moving thing in the bunk below replied in kind by violently vibrating the bunk as it had done the night before. Small flakes of paint powdered onto my blanket from the walls as the frame of the bed scraped along it, backwards and forwards. Once again, I was bathed in light, and there stood my mother, loving, caring, as she always was, with a comforting hug and calming words, which eventually subdued my hysteria. Of course she acted what was wrong, but I could not say. I dare not say. I simply said one word over and over and over again. Nightmare. This pattern of events continued for weeks, if not months. Night after night I would awaken to the sound of rustling sheets. Each time I would scream so as to not provide this abomination with time to prod and feel for me. With each cry the bed would shake violently, stopping with the arrival of my mother, who would spend the rest of the night in the bottom bunk, seemingly unaware of the sinister force torturing her son nightly. Along the way, I managed to feign illness a few times and come up with other less than truthful reasons for sleeping in my parents' bed. But more often than not, I would be alone for the first few hours of each night in that place. The room where the light from outside did not sit right, alone with that thing. With time, you can become desensitized to almost anything, no matter how horrific. I had come to realize that, for whatever reason, this thing could not harm me when my mother was present. I am sure the same would have been said for my father, but as loving as he was, waking him from sleep was almost impossible. Waking me, on the other hand, was no trouble at all, thanks to the nightmares. Chapter 4. Anger Overload. This is really good. Like, this is really good representation of, like, a child who has these night terrors. Like, night terrors are not a fun thing to deal with. I can only recall a few times where I've awoken to, you know, like insects all over your bed, or spiders crawling all over the walls, or a bull charging at you trying to kill you. I mean, night terrors are not a cool thing to deal with. You might, it's just like you're still in that sleeping phase, and it sucks. It really does. The hook hangs from the wall. A piece of meat hangs to dry from it. We're making jerky. And the place is falling apart. Earthquake. Earthquake, something's pissed. It's hard to tell. Looks like we're in a church. The painted glass depicts a scene from the Bible. And it seems to shoot lights. Talk about sleep. Damn, I am so, like, sorry. Oh, yummy. Another one. Another earthquake. This big jar is filled with heads of some sort. Various jars with disgusting stuff inside. Mostly. Well, hello there. It's a big pool, but I'd rather not use it. That was a weird, like... Oh, there's spider webs! I prefer not to sleep in them. I guess I should just keep running. That's probably my best bet. Oh, of course. What the fuck was that sound, though? Why is this room, like, wonky sideways? Something's gonna happen. I'm, like, stuck in here. There it goes. Ah, shit! It's all closing in on me. Oh, great. It's the almighty babies. Yeah, guys, you couldn't be creepy enough as it is. It's just like sluggish Moors. Except these are really creepy babies. Must you close your mouths like that? Oh, great baby gods of the ground, please save me from this slumber. I will offer you 3, count them, 3 pieces of candy for all... Why are you guys not snapping anymore? They're lemon heads. I know you like lemon heads. Everybody loves lemon heads. I love the quaint sounds you make. Someone give that baby a piece of candy. I told them that they could have some candy. It's like offering a dog a treat and then throwing it out the window. Why, oh why must you wail and scream? Ah, that was on cue. Oh! Oh, shit! Ah, shit! Ah, shit! Ah, please go away. Please go away. Please go away. Oh, that was fucking weird. My mom came in. She found I was dead. My greatest fears were realized in the winter. The day grew short, and the longer nights merely provided this wretch with more opportunities. It was a difficult time for my family. My grandmother, a wonderfully kind and gentle woman, had deteriorated greatly since the death of my grandfather. My mother was trying her best to keep her in the community as long as possible. However, dementia is a cruel and degenerative illness robbing a person of their memories one day at a time. Wow, this is really relatable to a lot of us. Soon, she recognized none of us, and it became clear that she would need to be moved from her house to a nursing home. Before she could be moved, my grandmother had a particular difficult few nights, and my mother decided that she would stay with her. As much as I loved my grandmother and felt nothing but anguish at her illness, to this day I feel guilty that my first thoughts were not of her, but of what my nightly visitor may do should it become aware of my mother's absence. Her presence being the one thing which I was sure was protecting me from the full horror of this thing's reach. I rushed home from school that day and immediately wrenched the bed sheets and mattress from the lower bunk, removing all the slats and placing an old desk, a chest of drawers, and some chairs which we kept in a cupboard where the bottom bunk used to be. I told my father I was making an office, which he found adorable, but I would be damned if I'd give that thing a place to sleep for one more night. As darkness approached, I lay there knowing my mother was not in the house. I did not know what to do. My only impulse was to sneak into her jewelry box and take a small family crucifix which I had seen there before. While my family were not very religious, at that age I still believed in God and hoped that somehow this would protect me. Although fearful and anxious, while gripping the crucifix under my pillow tightly in one hand, sleep eventually came, and as I drifted off to dream, I hoped that I would awaken in the morning without incidents. Unfortunately, that night was the most terrifying of all. You guys ready? I'm not ready. I'm not ready. Chapter 5, Urban Explorer. Yeah, dementia's a pretty big thing. Just to hit back up on that, I've been doing live streams for Alzheimer's, so it's a pretty big thing. So this game's a little relatable. The feeling that something's invading your privacy, even without ill will, is still disturbing. Something's watching that. Oh, you in a house of monsters? You are good. Thank you. Thank you, chalkboard. I did not know I was good. A bunch of school books. We love school. Even if you don't know why they are here, you hold the greatest amount of fear for them. God, I keep yawning. It is too early for this. It must be too early for this. I'm gonna be scared out my ass later. Oh, pie. Pie, pie, pie. There's a triceratops surrounded by a delicious pie. The sounds of screams are awful. They're even worse when they are your own. You're just getting ready to, like... I'm not going where it went yet. Oh, great. What's this? There's a piece of paper here. It reads... Knock, knock. Oh, that's great. That's just great. Thank you for knocking. Can I get out of here? Ah! You son of a bitch! A pile of mattresses, dirty and worn out. Ah, it's probably part of it. Can I get out of here? Can I keep... Oh! Ah, great. Great. A mattress, dirty and worn out. Is there a way out of here? Am I just, like, playing with myself? Can I get out of here? Alright, I can. That was creepy as shit. Please, mister. It's locked now. Something's gonna happen. It's a big filing cabinet. Big filing cabinet. Some various books, and they look like they're hard to read. A writing desk with some school material on it. You know, he made an office desk under his bed. Is this being warped into his mind as we speak? Like, is that why this is all wonky? I expected something to happen for some reason. I don't know why. Alright, let's follow the stranger. Come back. Yeah, that's normal. They sound like cows. Am I supposed to try to find a way over there? Because there's like these little dips where I can, you know, fall into. I'm sorry, these are probably supposed to be terrifying, but they seriously sound like cows. Hey everybody, welcome back. I hope you enjoyed part 3 of our session here. Part 4 will be up tomorrow morning at noon, as always. I'm trying to keep this as consistent as possible so you don't get lost. I don't even know what to say about this one other than he's trying everything he can to keep this thing from bothering him, whatever it may be. And then we entered the room at the end, as you saw, with the weird things that sound like cows. I couldn't stop laughing because they were mooing. They were just freaking mooing the whole time. I couldn't hold back. It's supposed to be more serious, but I couldn't keep my cool on that one. I hope you guys enjoyed this as always, and if you do, like, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. See ya!